Hello everyone, welcome to Strap Essential Tutorial Series. In this lesson, we'll see how to assign the gravity loads on our structure. So first of all, to provide the loads, we have to go to loads and here we have to define one load. So click on new load and first of all, I'll be assigning the self weight of the structure. So write a name as self weight. So I'm writing a name as SW and click on OK. Now we are inside that self weight load case. I'll be assigning the self weight for all the beams and columns here first. So click on beam loads and define. Here you will get an option called self weight. So click on self weight and click on select by window. So I'll be selecting all the components present in this window and the direction of the self weight will be x3, which is our height direction, and the factor will be -1 because we want the self weight to act in the downwards direction. And click on end. Here, if you see, we have assigned self weight for all the components present in the window. Now, we'll define another load case. So before that, we have to end this load case. So click on end load case. Now we'll define different superimposed dead loads. So click on new load and give a name as dead load and click on OK. Now again we are inside the dead load case. So I'll define the dead loads of the slab first. So click on global loads and I'll go to the first floor level first. So let's go to remove, display selected levels, and I want to display the level at 3 meter and click on OK. So this is the level at 3 meter. Let's go to the plan view. Now we'll define the global loads. So click on define and the value of load. First of all, I'll be assigning the dead load of the slab. So here we have to assign the dead load in terms of its self weight plus the superimposed dead loads. So if you consider 120 mm or 125 mm slab, so the dead load will come around 3 kilonewton per meter square, and again I'll be assigning 1.2 kilonewton per meter square floor finish load. So the total load will be 4.2. So the load value will be minus 4.2 kilonewton per meter square. Now I want this load to be an area load and this load need to be distributed on the beams. So apply load as beam load. So this is my tolerance. So you can increase it or you can keep it as default. The load direction will be x3 obviously as it is our height direction. Now click on OK and select all the 4 corners to create the area. Here we have assigned minus 4.2 minus, which defines the direction of the load. Okay. Now let's go to isometric view and here we have the loads assigned. So let's see all the structure, total structure again. So remove, display selected levels, and we do not want to display only one selected level. So click on OK now. So here we have assigned the floor loads to the structure. Now I want to assign the beam loads. So what we can do, let's click on the beam loads and define, and I want the uniformly distributed load as the wall loads. Okay, the beam loads means the wall loads on the beam. So click on the uniform and individual beams and click on this one multiple selection because I will be selecting multiple beams. So click on individual beams now and select the beams. Here I am taking only the outer beams. So I have selected all the beams here. Now click on end selection. Here you have to provide the load here I am providing a load of minus 10 kilonewton per meter, and the direction will be obviously Fx3, or you can change this type as global. So it is a global load which is acting downwards, and the load value is 10 kilonewton per meter. Now click on OK. So you can see we have assigned the loads of the wall on the beams. And now what we can do, we can copy this load to all the floors. So click on copy loads and click on copy here. Number of copies we want 3, so give 3 copies. The factor will be 1. Click on OK. Now select by window and select the structure and AND selection. Now it will ask you to reference. So first select the node where the beam the load is located, and again the next floor. So you can see we have copied all the floors which is present on the first floor. Now AND load case. So what we have done, we have assigned all the dead loads on the structure, which is my floor load and the wall loads. Now we can assign the live load. So click on new load and live load. Click on OK. Now we are inside the live load case. Now live load we will be assigning as our global load, which is our area load. So again I'll be going to remove display selected levels at 3 meter. OK. Now plan view, and here I'll be assigning a live load of 2 kilonewton. So go to global loads, define, it will be area load, and that value will be -2. And again the load will be applied as the beam load. The direction will be global x3. Click on OK. Now select all the 4 corners to make the area and finish it here. Now you can see we have assigned a live load of 2 kilonewton to all the areas. Now again let's go to remove display selected levels and uncheck it. Click on OK. Now we can copy the same value to these 2 floors. This is the roof, so we'll be assigning a different live load to the roof. So let's go to copy loads, copy. The number of copies we want as 3. The factor will be 1. Click on OK. Now select by window, select all the floors and selection and give a reference point. So you can see we have copied the same live load to all the floors. Now click on AND load case. So if you click on existing load, you can see here that we have provided the self weight, the dead load and the live load of the structure. So this is how we can provide, or you can assign, the gravity loads on the structure. In our next lesson, we will see how to assign the wind loads on the structure. Thank you.